My name is Jane Newnham. I'm Vice President and Chief Marketing and Development Officer for Lighthouse Central Florida and Lighthouse Works.
My name is Mike Fox. I'm a software developer and accessibility analyst at Lighthouse Works.
Hi, I'm Ramsey Spencer, the Digital Accessibility Services Manager here at Lighthouse Works in Orlando, Florida.
I started out with Lighthouse Central Florida, where they offered training for people who were blind and visually impaired. But it got to a point where many people were completing their program and, needed employment. And that's where we have Lighthouse Works. And Lighthouse Works, we employ people who are blind. I am visually impaired, and I came here about 5 years ago. It's just been a great position to work in, because one thing I love about Lighthouse is we are really making a difference.
VGlobalTech and Lighthouse partnership is good in the sense that they're a development company that creates content and use us to independently verify that all of their work meets compliance, so that the community at large is then benefited by having accessible content that anyone is able to consume in the digital space.
Equal access to digital resources is really important. Imagine being a student and you're accessing online content for your learning, or you're applying for a job and you need an accessible application, or you're looking for a medical provider and you need your insurance provider to have an accessible list of providers that will be able to take care of you and your children.
I think a really good analogy here is to try and use the computer without a mouse. Even better, try to use the computer with the monitor turned off. Things change when you can't see the usual look of the website.
And so digital equality is just one of the ways, one of the resources that we can provide to persons who are disabled to be able to enjoy the same digital content that we would, using websites for information, for being consumers buying goods, for purchasing food to deliver to their homes. All of the same things that are important to all of us.
The partnership with VGlobalTech and Lighthouse Works is one that VGlobalTech has put in a concerted effort ahead of handing the content off to us for testing. They do this by using a checklist to make sure that they've complied to all standards before handing to us, where we run through the same checklist to make sure all standards are complied from an independent third-party verification standpoint. Because of this, a product is able to be released to the market with no accessibility issues at all.
As far as VGlobalTech is concerned, our big relationship there is our audits, and we're helping these community development districts with their websites, getting their websites ADA compliant.
ADA compliance is very important to people with disabilities because it really allows them access to content. The same way a wheelchair ramp allows access to a physical building, digital accessibility allows access to digital content. So without the accessibility standards being met by a particular piece of digital content, someone would be denied access.
And that's really a great part of what we do is helping web developers meet the standards required by law, whether it's ADA, Section 508, the list goes on.
Lighthouse Works and VGlobalTech's partnership has been going on for several months, and it's very clear that their organization has a great understanding of accessibility. And then as we work through the testing materials and train them, their staff really grasp a solid understanding of, one, the technical aspect of it, what needs to change in the code, but then also a human connection where they really understand why it's important, so it's very top of mind when they're going through the process of developing and creating new content. Especially as the ADA applies to many government entities, public facilities, so you think of anyone who would come in requesting services at any nature, it'd be very important. So lawyers' offices, city councils, anywhere document content lives, ADA comes into question and needs to be complied to so that people can have access to the content the same as everyone.
So what's great about VGlobalTech and Lighthouse, our work together, we're helping people who need to have their websites meet the ADA standards to get where they need to be, to meet their accessibility goals. The thing is, accessibility is very important because Some people live like that. They don't have the ability to use a mouse, or they don't have the ability to see the screen, which can completely change the experience for those users on a website. That's where we come in.